Can I have a motion to go into open?
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are in executive session and we spoke on security and student matters. No decisions were made. At this time, I will open the first public portion. Anyone wishing to speak may come forward and speak on agenda items only.
Jacob Garrison, one thirty-one Wilson Park. Ladies and gentlemen, the audience, viewing audience, members of the board, Mr. President. Number 12, approval of transfers. Rental of land and building, $209,000. What do we get now?
Ms. Bishop?
When we developed the budget last year, we did not know at that particular point in time that we were no longer going to be occupying the DACE building. So money was budgeted for rental. Later in time, we decided not to be part of renting that building anymore. Those funds instead were used to do some renovations in our 3 elementary buildings because we moved the 3 preschool classrooms to each of our elementary buildings. And in order to do that, we utilized the money that was budgeted there. We didn't use all of it at that particular point in time. So when we had a need to transfer money, we utilized the excess funds still remaining in that particular line.
It was only $1,930.
Yes, that's the amount of money that we actually transferred in the month of February.
What happened to the $450,000 that we got as a gift from the state?
We have not spent that yet.
You haven't spent it yet,
Yes.
but that's why you keep.
It is, the state gives us state aid in a given year, and we must spend it in a given year. So we haven't spent it yet, the school year is not up.
We must spend it, and we can't hold on to it for another year.
No, we would have to return it to the district taxpayers in the form of excess surplus.
The taxpayers are paying interest and time, and we're spending with the board of education hundreds of thousands of dollars. Supplies and materials, 11-000218600. And also supplies and materials, 11-000213600 of $11,892. Please explain that.
Jake, when you look at item number 12 in the agenda, and you see several columns of numbers, it's the column in the center that is the one that indicates the amount of money that was transferred. The other columns designate the original amount budgeted in that particular line. Can you please repeat which line you're referring to?
I see 213 and 218, 600. They're two different items.
We transferred $67 out of that account code.
67?
Yes. That's the number in the middle there. See, negative 67?
Mrs. Gershon, what are you gonna do with the $67?
It was transferred to the second line in that chart up top. You see positive $67. So that's what a transfer is. You take money out of one line and transfer it to another line where you need additional funding.
I remember there was a project that went up some years ago, maybe 25 years ago, and it was going to cost $150,000. It came out $149,985. And someone had asked the question, what are you going to do with the other 15 cents? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak, please come forward. State your name and address.
Good evening, Dr. McCaskey, 427 Hemlock. I just have a quick question, just to verify the agreement that was made on agenda item 8, the use of buildings and grounds between the Roselle Park Soccer Club and the Canberra Soccer Club. We agreed as the two clubs to join to allow them, or have the Canberra Soccer Club have use of the Colfax upper field on Wednesdays from the time of 5:30 to 8 p.m. and the Roselle Park Soccer Club to use the middle school grounds for their purpose. I just wanted to verify that is.
It'll be stated when we go to the agenda.
Okay, just wanted to verify
Sure,
that.
no problem.
And thank you all for
Thank
your
you.
time on that.
Thank you.
Saul Pierce, 150 Burwell Street. Agenda item 5. Tuition income. That is at the agreed upon, is it a monthly installments? Oh, it's a, I know, I understand it's per week.
The others,
Okay,
that is an agreement between Roselle Park School District and the West Orange School District. So West Orange School District will be paying the tuition for that student to attend our academy program. And at the right, you see the full tuition amount, but that gets prorated because the child is just starting the program as of February 27th.
thank you.
And they do make monthly payments.
Thank you. The following item 117. It's the cancellation, but there's no dollar amount.
That tuition was approved on an earlier agenda. If you wanted to research the agendas, you would find it. I would gladly get that information for you tomorrow. But
Just the same, because it should follow the same protocol. Is it prorated or is it the full refund?
well, the child left the program as of February 27th, so therefore Roselle Park must pay the tuition from September up through February 27th, and therefore we don't pay the full tuition.
So it's
It
prorated?
gets prorated for the
It
time.
just for consistency.
And thank you, I will note that in the future to put the tuition rate down.
Thank you. Agenda item 10. The budget hearing. That is not the budget presentation, or is it? This is the final budget
This
presentation.
is the final official public budget hearing, which all districts must have according to the timeline designated by the state. So no, this won't be the initial one.
Thank you. 11, just for clarification, those two dates include both open and closed minutes?
Yes. They're no longer separated, so therefore we no longer put it that way in the minutes.
And the last item, which is just the next scheduled meeting, is the 27th.
That is
We're gonna
correct,
change that.
and
We're gonna change it.
the president will
I'll make
discuss that later.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, I ask for your motion to close. We had to make a motion, so, close the public portion. Understood. Yes. At this time, we're going to, committee reports. Any committee reports?
Mr. President, I'd like to have a short discussion about the ad hoc committee you put together for school security. Bear with my voice, ladies and gentlemen of the audience. On February 23rd, I met with the police chief and captain of the police department, Mrs. Gershow, Mrs. Garrido, Mr. Garrido, Chad, and at the board office. We came up with some short-term plans, long-term plans on what we got to do, what we need to do for the district. I can't be at liberty to explain all of them, but we are looking at some building upgrades, security, doors, windows, and so on and so forth. We're looking at it, we're taking this very serious. We have to get quotes from vendors for all these items. As you know, in the past, we've done a nice job with the Homeland Security we reported 2 weeks ago. And we're working closely with the police department. And we're gonna meet together within maybe a week or two, as soon as we have to get numbers, okay? Class 3 police and upgrades to the buildings. And I'd like to leave it at that. If anybody has any questions, we can talk about that. We're taking this very serious, like every other district. And I know Mr. Harms and me talk, all the board have talked. And I had some tiresome nights after the 14th, like most of us. So we're working diligently to get some stuff done this year, maybe before the end of the year, and maybe some stuff we won't be able to implement until September. So that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Anyone else have a committee report?
I have a brief committee report. Last week, I visited the Sherman PTA meeting as Board of Ed liaison. I wanted to introduce myself and explain what the board does, what the administration does, and my role there as liaison. As with the case of many conversations, official and unofficial security was a topic, and parents voiced their concerns to the principal about current state of security and possible security measures. I think that those concerns are being addressed by the security committee already. We also had a guest speaker at that meeting, Martha Munoz from the New Jersey CAP program, Childhood Assault Prevention. That's the curriculum that's going to be implemented in Sherman School next week. Using age-appropriate language, students are going to learn that they have the right to feel safe, to feel strong, and to feel free, and how to recognize the signs of assault, how to deal with bullying, and especially when these assaults are coming from people that they know, love, and trust. It seems like a very worthwhile program, and the presentation was also very good. A couple of important dates in the Sherman calendar. Next week, March 12th, is Special Persons Day. I'll be attending my last chance for Special Persons Day as the father of a 5th grader. On March 28th will be the presentation of the movie Screenagers, which is about cyberbullying. The 5th graders will be invited to attend, as well as all the parents. And a little bit further down, the talent show is coming up on April 30th. We have some new coordinators and new plans. Should be an exciting event. That is my report.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I apologize. I went to attended the PTA meeting also, and the hour meeting, we talked half an hour about security. So I gave him a brief report tonight. And then I also wanted to talk, we could talk a little bit about the facilities committee, had to get together. And we all know we don't have enough fields in our soccer, baseball, football fields in our borough. And we had a small conflict, and it was nice that we worked it out with 2 programs to share the fields and make things work. So all the children could use the field. So that will come up on the part of the agenda. So it was nice to have a compromise with these 2 groups. It was appreciated by both groups. And my report.
Thank you.
President, if I may talk about the Finance Committee. Coming up this Monday, March 12th, we're having our third Finance Committee meeting as Mrs. Gercio is working very hard at preparing our budget to present to the public and eventually to the state. Another date, the day after, on March 13th, we're having the governor's budget address. And then on 2 days later, on the 15th, the state aid figures will be released. So what that means for us at Roselle Park, we will know those numbers and we'll be able to present those numbers as well as other costs and expenses at our first public workshop that we will have for the budget for 2018-2019 on March 15th. And that's going to be held at the High School Library Media Center. And that will start at 7 p.m. on the 15th. And quickly, as Mr. Harms, our president, will tell you, the March 20th board meeting will be switched to March 27th, because that is when we will adopt our tentative budget at the board meeting. Once we pass that, then we submit it to the state, to the executive county superintendent of schools. Thank you, and our meeting on March 12th of Finance Committee members is at 4:30. That's my report, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'm only there because I just asked, I guess I don't bring up the 27th, they had work. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move on to the superintendent's report. Mr. Rio.
Thank you, Mr. Horns. Good evening, everyone. I've announced the past couple of meetings regarding the CUSAC visit that we had on February 27th and 28th. The CUSAC review is a way that the state monitors districts to see how well they do in different areas. We had a full review by members of the County Office of Education on February 27th. They came back the following day, actually that same day and the following day, and visited a total of 36 classrooms throughout the district. Although we're not going to get a final report probably in about 6 weeks or so from the State Department, some of the initial comments that we received from the members of the team were very positive. They feel that we are doing a great job in implementing programs, the curriculum, and governance and finances are doing all very well. So I am looking forward to the state report, which obviously I will report to the full board and the public at a future board meeting. So I want to right now thank the administration and the staff. You know, when you have these reviews, when you have these monitoring, a lot of work goes into it. And you know, I kept telling the staff and the administration, just do what you do every day. That's all we can do, is do what we do every day. They did, and I feel that we went through the monitoring and we did extremely well. Part testing is in our next, the next thing that we are working on and planning for, and that will take place in April and May. Different schools, since we have a window of 8 weeks, the scheduling will be different depending on the schools and the grade level and so forth. But our, you know, our students are prepared. Our teachers have done a great job in preparing them, and I'm certainly looking forward to a very successful part testing. And you know, I just want to remind the audience and the board that, you know, part testing is only one factor, one measure in the way that students learn, so, and what they're learning. So, you know, although we take it very seriously, we take into consideration that there are so many other great things that are going on in the classroom, and we're very proud of all of that. Calendar will be sent out, or I think might have been sent out already by the administration in each building, and they're definitely posted on their websites as well. I just wanted to report on the Future Ready Schools, which is very exciting. Roselle Park became a certified Future Ready School a few weeks ago, and right now we are completing phase 2, or we have completed phase 2, and we're ready to begin phase 3. Phase 3 is a number of indicators that we have to either meet or not meet, and then look into ways that we want to improve those areas. So once we have phase 3 completed with the committee that is in place, will report to, Mrs. Costa will be doing a report to the board and to the public on how well we're doing and how we are preparing all of our students for future learning. So, again, looking forward towards that. Both Mr. Langang and Mr. Signorello reported on their PTO visits. I'll be also visiting the PTO meetings in the next 4 weeks. And, I understand that the biggest concern, for obvious reasons now, is the security and safety of our students. And, I definitely want to address that because each building is different. We're doing a lot. This board is committed to the safety and security of our students here in Roselle Park. And as you heard Mr. Signorella, we have an ad hoc committee for security reasons. We already met with police, the police chief and the police captain. And, although we already have a lot of things in place, we want to make sure we can do more and we want to enhance what we already have. So, I'm looking forward to meeting the parents during the PTO meeting. I will certainly post those dates on the website so the parents of each individual building can plan to attend. And with that, I want to wish everyone a happy snow day tomorrow. As you know, we already called our snow day for tomorrow. It seems that it's going to be actually pretty bad for the safety of the students. Please keep looking at emails and listening to phone calls and looking at the website just in case that we need to extend anything into Thursday, whether we have to come in a little later and have a delayed opening or close schools. We don't know yet. We would, Mr. Harms, myself, the police chief, and our director of plant operations will be in contact all day tomorrow to see how we make out in terms of cleanup. So again, happy snow day, and be careful and safe. Thank you, Ms. Owens.
Thank you. At this time, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Under personnel, agenda items 1 through 4, medical paternity leave of absence extension request. 2, medical leave of absence request. 3, change of assignments, and 4, additional middle school extracurricular Proctor's SAC enrollments for 2017 and 18. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions, discussions? Hearing none. Madam Secretary?
Vice President Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Cancino,
Yes.
Mr. Gerton, Mr. Hemingway, Mr. Lyon,
Yes.
Ms. Powers, Mr. Sekou,
Yes.
Mr. Signorella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes.
On roll call, motion carries.
Education items, agenda items number 5 through 6, or 5 and 6. Education programs and educational trip requests. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just want to wish our wrestlers good luck on March 2nd to March 4th.
It's done.
And how did they do?
They did all right.
Did all right? How many do we have down there?
We had 6.
6.
Pretty good. Small school, Roselle Park. We had 6 go down.
Belated well wishes.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under business, items, agenda items 7 through 12, 7 monthly certifications, 8 use of buildings and grounds, and in number 8, there's a couple of changes that have to be made. Under 8A, we are adding, where it says Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we are adding Wednesday to it, and that would be for the middle school. Under 8B, we are just adding where it says Colfax Fields, we are putting the lower part of Colfax. And now under I, we are changing where it says Rosa Park Middle. We are putting down Colfax Avenue Fields, and we are also adding the upper field. Just so it's clarified, is that the lower field will be towards the Webster Avenue side of Colfax, and Colfax upper would be towards Colfax. Is that all right, explanation, board members?
Yes.
I'll move on. Okay. Number 9, approval of bills. Number 10, public budget hearing. Number 11, approval of minutes. And number 12, approval of transfers. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Do I hear any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to abstain from letter I, number 8.
Any other comments, suggestions, anything? Hearing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call? Is it roll call or? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. At this time, any continuing business? Hearing none. Any new business? At this time, the new business, again, we'll go over March 27th or March 20th meeting being changed to March 27th due to the budget coming out late. If we held it on the 20th, it would only give our business administrator only 5 days to put it all together, and that would be also meeting with the finance committee and all that, and it was just too short of a time to come up with any real figures. So we're going to change our meeting, and it will be yeah, March 27th, but what do you call it? You're going to it's going to be notarized, not notarized, noticed, so this way it'll be in the paper. Okay, so everybody, March 27th. Okay, any other new business again?
Mr. President?
Yes,
The meeting following the 27th, is that,
that will stay the same.
which is the 10th or the 3rd?
It'll stay the same, right, yes.
Good night.
It's the Tuesday after the spring vacation.
Okay, so that will stay the same. No change in March.
There's no change.
Right, there's no change. Okay, at this time, I will open the second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come forward, state your name and address, and you'll have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak.
Jacob McGill, 612 Sherry Lane, Riverside Park. Page 7. Health benefits. $6,030,669.10. That comes to maybe about 15–18% of the budget. Is our budget $34 million, or is it higher?
Approximately 34 million, maybe 32 million.
32 million? Of course. What does that 6 million cover? Who does it cover?
It's to supply health and dental prescription benefits to all of our employees who qualify.
All employees,
All employees who qualify.
teachers and employees.
Yes.
Have you folks been working on the budget?
Yes, they've had several meetings on it. There'll be more after the numbers come out, Jay.
My comment to the board, take 10% off all other expenses. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak, please come forward.
So, here's 115 Berwyn Street. Just for the sake of protocol, Mr. Gurdon, Mr. Williams, Ms. Powers. I'll give notice of the absence.
Yes.
Thank you. There was discussion regarding the rest of the agenda item, and just a simple clarification I wanted to know. So it was for 3 days. I presume that the team stayed in the Onyx City, with the bus coming back and forth?
No, they stayed.
Who pays for that?
We do.
The district? Is that the policy or just for all such events? Thank you, I appreciate that. There was regarding the contract negotiations with the RPEA, without providing any kind of confidential information or legally protected information, have there been?
The chair is not here, so I'm not sure unless Ms. Osborne can answer that. Nobody right here is involved with it. Unless, you know,
We had a meeting already, we're waiting on the schedule of several more meetings, so we'll keep you updated once we have more information.
Thank you. Among the plethora of matters that were discussed, if both parties could just keep in mind, there was a language in the contract, that was in the 2015 contract, regarding less periods for teachers. I'm using crude language, but it impacted the schedule of students. I'll find the correct wording, but if both parties can keep that in mind, because it had changed in 15, and I opened the two other previous contracts. I think there were 5 study periods, is what they're called, or prep periods. Prep periods. They were made to 7, and although that was, agreed upon by both parties, those 2 extra periods impacted a wide range of students. So if both parties keep that in mind when discussing this in the contract. And just to address all aspects of school security, since it has been suggested, I guess, by our president, teachers being armed is not, or is it?
No.
Just wanted to ask.
No.
For the sake of clarifying.
No. I'm speaking for me. If the board wants to throw me up, no. No.
Mr. Superintendent.
And Kathy.
No.
It needed to be asked because it needed to be responded to. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, we'll close the public portion. Again, just a reminder that March 27th, Sherman School at 7 p.m. Other than that, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.